God bless the Marines and the Navy and the Air Force and the Army and the Coast Guard. God bless America. And Americans We is the next and final selection before we begin the formal program. So here is Henry Fillmore's selection that the band does a whale of a good job on. Here is Americans We! But Joliet, Illinois, American Legion Band. Conducting, Tom Drake. The conductor of this service and all of the observances and parades in Joliet in my memory, the man that's a 9-time past commander of Post 1080, the husband of Carol, here is Don Walden.
I thank you. Well, here we are, another program. Veterans Day program, November the 11th, 2012. When I first started doing this and working with Art Coote way back when, I never would believe that I'd be standing at this podium. That is for sure. Especially such a beautiful day. Let's say thank you, veterans, for this day and veterans themselves. Thank you, veterans. Our theme for this year is Veterans Committed to Serving Our Country. They serve right now all over the world and right here in the United States on the East Coast. They need all the help and prayers they can have out there. And the veterans out there to help them, and we'll continue to support and follow the needs wherever a veteran is needed. So at this time, I'd like to go along and get this program underway by introducing our Master of Ceremony, Steve Brandy, WJOL News Director. He's also known as Brandy. Brando.
Good morning. This is a month to be thankful, and we're all out here today thankful that the Lord has blessed us with a little bit of sunshine before it gets a little rough tonight. We're all out here because we're thankful for our veterans, and certainly they're thankful to see a wonderful crowd here today. Thank you all for coming. Let's begin now with our prayer from United States Navy Chaplain Commander and Pastor of St. Mary Nativity Church, Ron Nitsky.
Good morning.
Uncovered.
Today, as a nation, we take time out to, in a special way, give honor to the millions, and I mean millions of men and women who have volunteered. They were not drafted, they volunteered to step forward and serve their country. Today, in a special way, we remember them. We give them honor, we pay tribute to them. As we begin our celebration of Veterans Day, let us call upon the Lord for his blessing. Eternal Father, today we pause to honor all those men and women who have given of themselves so that we can be free. Their selfless sacrifice has given us our freedom. Today, as a nation, we say thank you. For our freedom of religion, we thank you. For our freedom of the press, we thank you. For our freedom of speech, we thank you. For our freedom to assemble at events such as today's, we thank you. As we approach this 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, our nation pauses to remember the great sacrifices our veterans have made for us. We ask you, Lord God, to bless them, to bless their families for their service that they have given to our country, for those long deployments away from home, for the time spent away from loved ones and friends. We pray, Lord, that you bless them and the work that they have done. And we pray that we may always be a grateful nation for the sacrifices of our brave men and women in uniform. And we make our prayer in your most holy name. Amen.
Well, getting back to some wonderful music here from your award-winning Joliet American Legion Band, and we have with us today, once again, the lady with the wonderful voice from Lewis University, Elaine Mitchell-Swearingen. We're going to have the musical Gettysburg Address from the American Legion Band, and then, of course, our national anthem.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now that we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure, we met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, We cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you for serving our country.
Now that was my kind of doubleheader. Bill Drilling and Elaine Mitchell, swear engine, fantastic. Thank you. We move on with now our Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Mr. Andy Hinch, commander of Post 1080.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As always, we have some fine organizations to honor today that are here with us, and we will be honoring them one at a time. And of course, the gentleman we just heard from here today, American Legion Post 1080 and their post commander, Andrew Hinch. Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 367, their post commander, Tony Arellano. American Legion Post 5 and their post commander, John Batchelor. Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 2199, their post commander, Joe Borello, and also with us today, Nate Fazio, a Silver Star recipient. And American Legion Post 241 and their post commander, J.C. Tolbert. We have some auxiliaries and their presidents here today. American Legion Post 1080, their president, Pam Latina. VFW Post 367, their auxiliary president, Joanne Jenkins. American Legion Post 5, their auxiliary president, Rosemary Mulligan. And two other auxiliaries that are here, VFW Post 2199 and American Legion Post 241. And let's not forget the youngsters here today. Thank you so much. The Joliet West JROTC. And also I have a note, they're proud to be here, and boy, we appreciate it, the American Knights of Joliet and the American Legion Riders of Joliet. How about that? Well, we have a couple of gentlemen that would like to speak to this wonderful crowd here today. First of all, your Mayor of Joliet, Mr. Tom Girani.
Thank you, Steve, and thank everyone for coming on this beautiful day. You know, today is a special day, but don't forget about our veterans the rest of the year. Okay. We have our liberties 365 days a year. So we need to thank them 365 days a year. So on behalf of myself, members of the Joliet City Council, and 150,000 people in the city of Joliet, I thank all our veterans, those that served, those that are still serving, for what we have and what we will continue to have because of them. Thank you.
One week ago today, I was very nervous about how I'd handle this part of the program. Wasn't sure what I might be saying. Somehow it got simplified. May I now introduce to you your re-elected and still Will County Executive, Larry Walsh.
And that wasn't a paid political ad either. Thank you very much, everyone. What a beautiful day here today that the good Lord has given us. And I'll tell you, this to me seems to be one of the larger crowds that we have had in the past number of years here. And on a Sunday morning to take time out of your schedules to come here and witness this ceremony. I certainly appreciate it, and I know our veterans certainly appreciate it. And as our great mayor said, today is Veterans Day. But the honoring of our veterans continues 365 days out of the year. They didn't take a day off when they were on the front lines because it maybe was Sunday morning. They did their job, and because they did it so well, we are here today to be able to honor those veterans. And to honor the ones, the men and women that are still serving us today in foreign lands, still continually doing the job. I'm proud to be the county executive of Will County. 700,000 individuals that call their home here. And to all my fellow elected officials that are here, thank you for what you have done. And I think Will County has really stepped to the forefront in honoring our veterans. Our great former Congressman George Sangmeister and what he and Congressman Jerry Weller did to bring one of the most beautiful veteran cemeteries in all of the United States of America right here to Will County. Our VAC and what they do on a daily basis. We can't do enough for our veterans. The elections are over with. We need to direct our attention to those that asked us for their support. You, in turn, do what is needed and what is right to treat our veterans with the respect they deserve, to provide them with the quality of health care when they come home, no matter what it may be. I think that is a challenge we should pursue. So thank you all for being here. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless each and every one of our veterans. And may God bless the United States of America.
Thank you so much, County Executive Walsh. Before we get to some other introductions, and we will hear from Joan Ricard, the director of the Hines VA Hospital, I'd like to introduce to you something that's here today, right behind you. This is the new Veterans Care Bus from Hines VA Hospital, just purchased, and it's here today to offer flu shots to our veterans and offer physical and mental health screenings to our veterans. You can sign up for special health care. There's Tony waving in the red sweater. Had a chance to meet him earlier. So he's running the show. So they will stay here as long as necessary after the program, all right? And we hope to have them here every year. So go on back, introduce yourself, and get the care that you deserve. And it's so wonderful to have them here today. Also wonderful to have here today some of our elected officials and executives. First of all, she's finally wiped the sleep from her eyes after a busy election night, County Clerk Nancy Schultz Boots. Also here today, State Senator Pat McGuire. I know you're here somewhere. State's Attorney Jim Glasgow. I saw you somewhere. Looking right at him, Crest Hill Mayor Ray Solomon. He's here today. Also today we have a lot of our city council men and women from Joliet. Jan Quillman, right in front of me. Bob Odekirk, I know you're here somewhere. Okay. Also Don Fisher. And Mike Turk, I know he's here. Okay, anybody I missed, wave at me, but thank you all for coming. So wonderful to have a great crowd. Larry's right, this is one of the best crowds we've ever had. Absolutely awesome. What we're going to do now is, we talked 1 year ago today about something very special happening at the old Silver Cross Hospital, and we are even closer to making it happen. So may I introduce to you the director of Hines VA Hospital, Joan M. Ricard.
Thank you very much for inviting me to speak, thank you, veterans, for everything that you've done and for keeping our nation free. I mimic the words of the mayor in that every day is Veterans Day for us at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Our Secretary Shinseki, has 3 major goals, and that is to increase access to all services for our veterans, to decrease the backlog claims in benefits, and then also to end homelessness, which we are really trying to work on to assure all our veterans have a place to stay. And in those efforts, we in healthcare, especially at the Hines VA, I'd like to point out 2 very important aspects that we're trying to increase access for you. And first is our new Joliet community-based outpatient clinic, which will be opening in March. Don't hold me till March 1st, because that's not the date, and I don't know the exact date. because we still have some construction work to be done. That clinic will be much more robust than it is right now. We currently serve over 5,500 veterans at that clinic, and they're in a pretty tight quarters. So this is certainly going to be a much friendlier atmosphere, and the environment is going to be much better for our veterans. We are going to initially start off with just transferring the services that we currently have, and then we will begin to look at other services that we can provide for our veterans there. And some of that may be face-to-face, and some of that also may be through telehealth initiatives where we have specialty care providers at one end, and the veterans see in a room with a monitor talking to the hospital physicians on the other end. So we'll be growing that as we go along. The other thing is, as we've already talked about, is our mobile medical unit over there. As we just purchased that, the intent of that is to, one, reach out to veterans. We have a lot of veterans that either think they don't deserve the care, that other people are more deserving, which that is not true. We are here for our veterans, and we need to provide them with care. And also to outreach and go into the more rural areas and provide them health care. We actually have 2 exam units on that bus. We also have a area where you can go in and do counseling sessions, and then we can also enroll veterans at the same time. It is beautiful, and if you want to take a tour, please go ahead afterwards. So I want to say again, thank you very much, veterans, for everything that you've done for our country. We are here to help you and to serve you. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Joan Ricard from Hines VA Hospital, and yes, we look forward to that March date of the opening of our new Veterans Outpatient Center at the old Silver Cross Hospital, whichever date in March it might be. Again, visit the Hines bus, all there for veterans, flu shots, screenings, and sign up for some special care. If I had a song for that bus, I'd call it the Magic Bus, all right? So wonderful to see it here today. Great to hear what Joan had to say. As I mentioned last year, my father was an audiologist with the VA for 17 years, and all the stories he told me, he would be fitting somebody with a hearing aid, and he'd hear the most amazing stories from World War II or the Korean War, or maybe back in the 70s, World War I, and he'd relay those stories to me, and you could just see history before your eyes. Or sometimes my dad would hear a story and he'd go, "I've read about you." One day a patient told him a story, and my father said, "I've read about you in a book." When he saw that patient again about 3 weeks later, he brought in a book called The United States Navy in World War II. Opened it up to page 66, showed the veteran and said, "Is that you?" The veteran's jaw dropped and he said something I can't repeat right here. He was amazed. But hearing those stories from my dad and understanding how important it is to provide our veterans with the health care and the job opportunities, I must say job opportunities for sure. I'll never forget when one of my favorite 70s TV shows showed that a sailor who had retired from the U.S. Navy walked into an employment agency looking for a job. The young whippersnapper behind the desk was kind of hurrying him along, didn't really respect his service to our country, and he just said, "All right, what have you done? What's on your resume?" And the retired sailor solemnly said, "I did it all. I sailed the 8 seas." The whippersnapper behind the desk just corrected him, "You mean the 7 seas." That's when the sailor looked at him so solemn and so serious, and he said, "Well, I thought that last one looked familiar." For the record, that was the Donnie and Marie show, okay? We're going to have now, really my favorite moment of this program. We are going to salute all our branches of our military. We're going to once again bring up Elaine Mitchell-Swearigan from Lewis University. And I want to remind all of you, when your branch of the military is being honored, stand up, salute, and let us recognize you. Elaine, let's do it.
hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, count and arching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, hey, in the field artillery, shout out your numbers loud and strong. But here we go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along.
Thank you for serving our country. United States Coast Guard.
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win our victory. Semper Paratus is our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready, do or die. A Coast Guard, we fight for you.
United States Marine Corps.
Across the mountains soar to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battle on the land as on the sea. First to fight for right and freedom, but to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
God bless you. Thank you for serving our country. Air Force.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, high up high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. As a boys, give 'em the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flame from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in faith, but go down in flame, for nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Thank you for serving our country. God bless you. United States Navy.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to cottage joys, we sail at break of day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the home. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage. A happy voyage home.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Your Joliet American Legion Band and Elaine Swearingen. Let's give them another hand. That was great. As we head towards our heading to something get unplugged here. I hope the wind didn't knock us off. Yeah, no. No, Larry, it wasn't my last joke that did that. Okay. All right, look, let's do it this way. I've been told by an anonymous source named Bill Drilling that we're a little ahead of schedule. So before the closing ceremony, I think we've got a couple more songs that the American Legion Band can play for us. I was told one of them is a national emblem, so band, oh, thank you, we're back. Okay, as I was saying, we're a bit ahead of schedule. Is that true, Don? That's what I've been told. So, all right, American Legion Band with national emblem and a few other tunes before we get to our closing ceremony. Here we are. We'll move on to our closing ceremonies on this Veterans Day. We'll begin with the placing of the wreath by the post auxiliary units. Thank you, ladies. So wonderful to see that beautiful eternal flame going on this Veterans Day. At this time, we'll have our gun salute from VFW Stone City Post 2199. Thank you all. Thank you all for your attention. I've lost power again. Stars and Stripes by the American Legion Band, as always. Special thanks, as always, to our Joliet American Legion Band, and I'm going to keep this thing working for just a few seconds. Want to tell you all, most of the posts are going to be having open houses at their homes. Stop by, say hello, and thank the veterans, be it American Legion Post 1080, VFW 2199, American Legion Post 5, VFW 367, or American Legion Post 241. Stop by an open house, enjoy some time with the veterans, listen to their stories, and give them a thank you as the eternal flame keeps burning and our pride in our veterans and our thanks to our veterans goes day after day. Also, Hollywood Casino Joliet having a free buffet for all veterans tomorrow about 11:30 to 8. Show any kind of ID at all, be it a picture. I was even told show a dog tag, all right? So that's Hollywood Casino Joliet, a free buffet for all veterans tomorrow, 11:30 to 8 o'clock, so that's lunch or dinner or any time in between. Thank you all. Great to see so many people out here today. God bless America.
That concludes our program for 2012. Let's see you next year. Thanks again. It is Veterans Day. Let's celebrate.
Look at you, you got the whole uniform. Hi. I think I've talked to you on the phone. You think so? Who do you work for? I may have.
You may have. You never know.
Were you getting the flu shot or were you registering?
Yeah.
Oh, flu shot? Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name is Tony Spilly. I'm the social work executive at Hines VA Hospital. Been working with the medical center for over 30 years. I'd like to introduce you to the mobile medical unit at Hines VA. Was just purchased 2 months ago. It's 38 foot. It has 2 exam rooms beginning at the front and at the back of the van. It is a wheelchair accessible unit that allows up to 500 pounds for a wheelchair. It has a counseling center in the middle of the van. It has a bathroom. It has the capacity to do blood and urine testing on the spot. And the VA has expectations that we're going to be rolling it out to local communities within a 50 to 100 mile radius of our medical center. As you know, the Hines VA is opening a brand new outpatient clinic March of 2013 at the old Silver Cross Hospital. We're very excited at the opportunity to be able to combine the utilization of our medical mobile unit with the new outpatient clinic that we've got set up for March. What we're hoping to do is outreach for a lot of veterans who are at risk, who might be homeless, or who just cannot access VA health care. In addition to that, we're going to probably work with the community partners, veterans service officers, veterans posts in the local area, so that if individuals want to have our medical center, our mobile medical unit come out to events, healthcare fairs, or any other activities, just call our public affairs office or our new outreach coordinator. Our outreach coordinator is Chris Mabrito. She can be reached at 708-343-7200 VETS, and her extension is 20011. So please, if you want to have the mobile medical unit come out to the VA, give Chris a call or give me a call at Hines VA. My name again is Tony Spilly. I'm the social work executive. You can reach me at 708-343-7200, extension 22055. Thank you very much.
I'm the administrator coordinator for the mobile medical unit here at Hines VA Hospital. This is our new mobile medical unit. We are taking it out to outreach events. Our main goal is to enroll veterans and also provide healthcare services. We provide mental health screenings and general medicine screenings here on board. And we're here in Joliet for Veterans Day and really trying to serve the veterans here, those who aren't enrolled, and also reach out to those homeless veterans as well here in the area and throughout our catchment area. Since we're at Hines VA Hospital, we have 6 outpatient clinics which are all throughout the western suburbs, and we're really trying to reach out to the rural areas. So when we pick outreach events, we're really trying to go out to those rural areas where veterans aren't enrolled and reach out to Veterans Assistance Commissions and several veterans organizations, and working together to really reach out to those veterans that haven't heard of us or thought about coming to Hines, and really we're trying to bring the healthcare to them instead of them coming to the facility. So really trying to make it as easy as possible to provide healthcare for those veterans that deserve it.
Hi, good morning. This is the VA healthcare bus. This drives on like 2 generators. With the 2 generators and the tank of gas, it averages 500 miles per tank. This is where everything happens over here.
This is pulled back for the privacy.
Yeah, for privacy. And this is one of the 2 exam rooms. It's where the patients sit, the sink. This is the exam table right here.
Number 1.
That's the first exam table. Right here, this is where the vet would sit down, and then we enroll him or her.
And this is for blood work, urinalysis.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is the area for like the blood work, the urinalysis. It's fully staffed with the needles and the vice versa. And this is where we're registering the patients at the moment. It's fully equipped with the bathroom. Then we have this area here for counseling. Like if a veteran needed some counseling or any type of, just to meet with, just to discuss with someone. And then we have where we're doing the flu shots at. And this is Chip's neck of the woods back here. So he can tell you what's back here.
All right. This is another exam room over here, the second one. And it's this motor bus also is equipped with a wheelchair lift that can lift up to 500 pounds.
And if you'd like to get in contact with our Hines Mobile Medical Unit, you can contact our outreach coordinator, Chris Mabrito. Her number is 708-202-8387, extension 20011. Again, that number is 708-202-8387, extension 20011.
How are you, buddy? Good, I'm doing fine. Yeah. Absolutely, I don't miss it. I never was in the service, but I had a lot of relatives, uncles. Brothers.